This is love reading for Gemini for October 2017. Okay, so what I see for Gemini is you've been putting yourself out there. You've been meeting people, flirting, dating, maybe sometimes having like romantic feelings for people, but they're not quite materializing for you. And it stems from a couple of different reasons. A lot of it has to do with trust issues. I feel like that you probably have met quite a few people, not only in your past, but like just recently, that maybe you've like tried to date and there's been trust issues associated with them. Whether it is, like if you were dating somebody in the past and they cheated on you, or even just like you thought that person liked you, but then, in some way they let you know that they didn't feel that way. So it's sort of like every time this happens, you get more and more disheartened. Like you're like, why is there always like an issue when it comes to somebody's loyalty or somebody's honesty, right? So it's hard for you. But I think what happens a lot of times is when that happens, you just retreat from the situation and you let yourself heal a little bit, and then you jump right back in. Because Gemini, they're never the type that isn't going to give love a chance. They are the sign that, is in love with love. And so they just really, really enjoy other people's company and being around other people and talking with a lot of people. Obviously, a lot of people know that Geminis, they love to talk. And so they enjoy flirting very, very, very much. So they're definitely the type that like they will give it a couple weeks or so and they'll jump right back in and meet somebody new. And that's another thing that, Geminis, you guys are really good at meeting new people. It's almost like wherever you go, you meet somebody new that, that you're interested in. Now, also an issue that you have is you definitely have self-esteem issues, and those self-esteem issues do stem from your trust issues. So you probably have had a lot of past relationships where in some way somebody, they either cheated on you or or they lied to you or something to where, it made you question yourself. And this is something that I have to emphasize for you, is that you really have to try to not let people do that to you. Because if somebody was to cheat on you, it's not you, it's their issue. And I think a lot of times you take that as, what's wrong with me? Like, why wouldn't you want to be with me? And you really should stop doing that. You need to realize that you are worthy of love and loving yourself. And, you shouldn't let people affect you that way. Obviously you've experienced them treating you that way, but you can't internalize that. You have to just realize that that person has an issue themselves. Okay? Now, what I see is that this sort of dating pattern where maybe you meet somebody new, you get flirty with them, and then and then it doesn't work out, and you'll retreat for a little while, and then you'll jump right back in. It's gonna repeat itself for quite a while, and I'm sorry to say that, but you probably are not going to meet the one for a little while. But what you do know in your heart of hearts is that the one is worth waiting for. Okay? So you definitely are okay with having this sort of like fleeting dating life, because you know that when you meet the one, like, it's going to be worth it. All the bad relationships are going to be worth it. You will get engaged and get married to that person when you meet them. Okay. Honestly, what I see is that right now, currently, like, you do get disheartened about what your love life has become, right? And I think you will very soon, like, decide that you're okay with it for the time being, that you're comfortable with it for the time being, because you know that there's somebody out there that's worth waiting for. So you're not going to push the issue. You're not going to get upset when something doesn't work out. You're just going to say, okay, that's fine. Like, you don't want to be with me, or I don't want to be with you. It's cool. I'll move on and take a little break, and then I'm going to jump right back in. Okay? But there is definitely marriage in your future. You just need to work on, I wouldn't say not so much like trust issues on your part, but like definitely letting go of situations when people violate your trust, and you also need to work on loving yourself more and realizing that if something doesn't work out, that it's not a reflection of you, and that you are worthy. Okay? So, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want a more in-depth reading, contact me for a personal reading, and we can see if there is more specific things that would resonate with you. Okay? So, thank you. All right, bye.